Hello there, YouTube. We have all had that dream of possessing superpowers, whether it's the ability to teleport, go invisible, or have unbelievable strength. We all at one point in life have wished to have extraordinary abilities, and more than likely you're still wishing for it right at this moment. As we sit back and wonder what life would be like with them, some human beings possess them naturally. Forget Batman, Spider-Man, Thor, the X-Men, forget all of them. Today we share the top 10 real human superheroes in the world. And before we start that, tap that subscribe button and activate notifications with the bell icon. We don't want you to miss out on anything because we actually produce a lot of content here. Number 10. Stephen Wiltshire, or Shudder. At number 10 we have Stephen Wiltshire, the superhuman with a powerful mind. He has the most incredible photographic memories in the world and is able to recreate what he sees into amazing pieces of art. Stephen was born in 1974 on April 24th in London. He unfortunately experienced delays in learning, which was caused by autism, a condition his parents found out about later. Interestingly enough, the very first words he ever spoke were pencil and paper. It's as if he knew what he would do later on in life even before he could talk. When he turned 5, his parents sent him to a school in West London where his passion for drawing was noticed. He continued with his amazing gift for the coming years until 2006, when he was officially honored with the title of a member of the Order of the British Empire for his outstanding contribution to art. Today, people refer to him as the human camera, as he can capture landscapes with his eyes and later recreate the exact images and drawings on paper. One of his incredible pictures is the Singapore panorama, which he drew with no reference at all and just a stored image in his brain. I mean, how cool is that? And also, I wouldn't get on his bad side. You do something embarrassing in front of him, he can recreate it perfectly. Number 9. Miroslav Magola, also known as Magnetics. The first time I watched Miroslav Magola, I was convinced whatever he was doing was a magic trick. It's hard to believe anyone can stick metallic things on their skin with no gimmicks, magnets, or glue and have them stay there for minutes without falling. Well, Mr. Magola is capable of what most people think is impossible. He is the true definition of a magnetic man. He was born in Gorzów Wielkopolski in Poland in the year 1958. As the youngest of 3 children, he was passionate about politics and often shared his opinions growing up. Later on in life, in the year 1992, he traveled the world where he developed an interest in unlocking secrets of the mind and psychokinesis. From there, he learned how to use his mind to create a magnetic field which could attract metallic objects to his body. He still says he's not using his brain to anything near its full potential. I wonder what would happen if he did. We might have a mutant uprising on our hands with Magneto. Number 8. Dean Kamazis, or Marathon Man. Marathons are usually 26.2 miles long. Dean Kamazis runs up to 7 marathons every day, and this is just for practice. He does this every morning before breakfast, then adds another speed workout in the evening. He has broken world records by running 135 miles across Death Valley in the middle of summer, which is amongst the hottest places on Earth. And atop that, he also ran another marathon in the North Pole, which is the coldest place on Earth at temperatures of below 45 degrees. He once ran 50 marathons in 50 US states in 50 days. Before discovering his passion and stretching out the possible limits, Dean Kamazis was a miserable man, as his wife explains. He had enough money, a great family, a beautiful home, but he wasn't happy or satisfied with any of those. Number 7. Liam Hoekstra, or Herculad. Get ready to be impressed, amazed, but mostly shocked with this story. At a glance, you would probably think, oh wow, that's a great display of Photoshop skills. Just because Liam Hoekstra doesn't look real and the things he's capable of don't either. You probably haven't ever seen a baby with biceps, have you? Well, Liam shocked the world with his skeletal structure and muscle mass. Born in Michigan, Liam possessed incredible abilities at a very young age. At 5 months, and yes, I said 5 months, he could easily win an Iron Cross competition at that point. By the age of 3, his body muscle ratio was at 40%. He was taken to doctors, and after running some tests, they concluded he had a very rare condition where his body compounds restrict fat production and encourage muscle creation. If he isn't a Superman, then I don't know who is. Number 6. Daniel Tammet, or Brainwave. Daniel Tammet was born on a blue Wednesday on January 31st, 1979. He says it was a blue day because that's how his birth date appears in his brain, and so do all other numbers. Numbers are his best friends. He describes numbers as shapes, figures, and colors. As a child, he struggled with epileptic seizures, which got better with treatment. When he turned 25, he was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. Despite all his illnesses, he has tremendous memory and can use his brain to do mathematical calculations at a superhuman level. People describe him as a prodigious savant due to his abilities. He can count 22,514 digits of pi, list all the prime numbers between 1 and 90,000, and make cube multiplications like 72 by 72 by 72 with his head. He is a walking and talking calculator. Number 5. Slavica Pajic, or Current, and again, I'm sorry if I butchered your name there. Ever watched Storm and wanted to be like her? Well, guess what? There is a human being just like her. Although he can't produce electric blasts as the famed superhero can, he possesses superb abilities. Every year, close to 100,000 people are treated for electrocution, most of them with severe burns. Every year in the US, 60 people die from electrocution. For this reason, Slavica Pajic is no ordinary human, as he can withstand voltage as high as 20,000, while the average man will be hurt by 50 volts. He had a very normal childhood, was born and raised in a middle-class home in Pasvara County in Serbia, and again, I'm pretty sure I butchered that. At the age of 17, he discovered his unique ability. Since then, he has set 2 Guinness records in 2003 and 1983. In addition to his remarkable powers, he can also store electricity in his body. He discovered this when he set an alcohol-soaked cloth on fire with his skin. Scientists have tried to explain how he can do what he does, and none of them has found a concrete theory to base it on. Number 4. Tori Allen, or Monkey Girl. Tori Allen is a real-life Spider-Woman. She can climb on a cliff in no time and make it appear as though she is taking a comfortable stroll by the park. Tori was born in Savalu, Berlin, where she grew up with many animals and had experiences the average kids don't. She also had a pet monkey called Georgie. Georgie was her best friend for 5 years, and she followed him all over, learning how to climb from her friend. By the age of 11, she became a professional rock climber. Today, she has won every rock climbing competition she has participated in, and she has a way of making it look so easy. Today, Tori travels the world advising kids to stay in school, try sports, and stay away from drugs. She advises them to get high from games other than alcohol and drugs. Number 3. Isao Machi, or Ronin. Isao is a samurai superhuman. He has sensory powers beyond the average human being, and he can use a sword in a way that no one has ever been able to in the past. He is also a double Guinness World Record holder, and in one of his amazing shows, he was able to cut through a BB gun pellet that was moving at 200 meters per hour. Most of us can't even hit a baseball thrown by a human being at 10 miles per hour. After watching him perform, Dr. Ramani Durvasala said this about him. This is on a whole different level of sensory processing, as he is not using his vision. It appears as though he is using something so fluid, something so procedural and easy for him. Some say his expertise is as a result of his training and dedication to sharpening his skills. However, when you look closely, his abilities go beyond the average skilled man. We can only classify him as a Superman. Or Samurai Jack. That's even cooler. Number 2. Scott Flansburgh's Calculator. Scott Flansburgh is a human calculator. He was born in Herkimer, New York in 1963 on December 28th. Scott is more than just a natural genius, as he has incredible mental calculator abilities. At a young age, he was able to solve complex mathematical calculations without having to write it down or even use a calculator. When he became a youth, he realized numbers and angle shapes correlated, which contributed to his refusal of counting from 1 to 10, and said he would list numbers from 0 to 9. His ability to compute and grasp mathematics is so incredible, such that he can calculate and give mathematical equation answers faster than a calculator. In addition to this, he can tell you the exact date any previous day he fell on without even taking time to think. It's as if numbers, equations, and days of the week throughout history float in his brain. We saved the best for last. Alright, I saved the best for last, but first I have a quick challenge that only takes 5 seconds to complete. So if you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just give it a try, it really works. Number 1. Stig Severinsen, alias Unknown. Stig Severinsen was born in 1973 in the city of Aalborg in Denmark. He is known as Gil from his hometown, and this is because of his ability to hold his breath underwater longer than any human being. He has a PhD in medicine, has several awards in underwater rugby events, 2 records from Guinness, and 4 free diving world records. His impressive record is holding his breath underwater for 22 minutes. The average man would be dead if they stayed underwater with no air supply for more than 10 minutes. However, Stig is no ordinary man. He can hold his breath for 22 minutes underwater. He is quite the Superman, as no man has come close to challenging his record. After testing, it was discovered that he can store red blood cells in his spleen, which aid him in this impossible ability, much like how dolphins operate. He says he is able to do this as he dedicated his whole life to holding his breath, and by doing this constantly, his body was able to adapt. Through training and strict discipline, he was able to push his body into the realm of superhumans. And that was our video for today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you loved it, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with friends, family, everybody. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet, and tap the bell notification icon for more updates on the highly entertaining videos. Have a great day, everybody.